Hello folks, and welcome back. I'm about to start out the planting of the remaining brassicas now. Currently the bed that I want to plant them in is being used as like a little temporary nursery cum storage area, so I need to move the plants where I'm out of there to gain the space again. One of the first things I've moved out of these, and these are my leeks. I'll bring it by the camera, you can see I've sown them far too densely, and as a result I'm not putting any size on. So what I plan on doing is I've got this fairly deep cell tray, it's 28 cells in there. I'm just going to prick 28 of those out, put them on there and grow them on until I'm ready to go out into the ground. And hopefully then they'll put some size on, big enough to go out into the hole. I'm tending to pick the ones with the thicker stems, something like that size. And if the roots are a bit too big, what I'll do is give them a little trim off. Bodge a hole, quite deep actually, push it down and firm it in. There they are, I've puddled them in, they look much better already. And I'll be putting them into the cage wherever I relocate it. And as far as this stuff what's left here, I've cut it up into clumps with a carving knife. I'll just ask around, anybody on the site wants to have any of them, then welcome to them. Well, hopefully this is the last time I'm going to have to move these. I can definitely see the benefits of having a nursery bed. Anyway, them are the onions there, they'll be ready to go into this bed. First of all, I want to settle on the brassicas. I've got most of them out there in the containers. And the first one that's going out to these, and these are the cauliflower called Clapton. Hello folks. Since filming the last clip, I've been away for a few days north of the border visiting my daughter in Scotland. And the weather up there was really nice, but not as hot as it's been down in the Midlands. Fortunately, my wife was still at home and she's looked after the watering, so everything has been ticking over nicely. I'll just spin you around and show you where I've got up to before I left. I'd like to say all the brassicas are finally planted out now. Probably see the difference in size, that's because I did two different sowings, but they'll soon catch up. Right along the back we've got Brussels sprouts, some roundhead cabbage, some Iman calabrese, Savoy cabbage, a couple of rows of Clapton cauliflowers, then we've got some swede, it's a mixture of Eleanor and Tweed F1, and right at the very front we got some kohlrabi. So that's that done. And there's the onion bed, that's ready to be planted out now. Last night we had the most welcome thunderstorm. The heavens opened up and we had a good drench in the rain, and the beds look fantastic this morning. Those onions will go in much easier now. But what really surprised me was the two tanks. I got the parsnips and the carrots in. Not much action on the parsnips, but the carrots have shot up in height. I'll quickly show you. Yesterday there was hardly any visible signs of growth, but they've put on like 2 centimetres overnight with that rain, and I'm not complaining. Another thing that benefited from that little heat wave is the VEGEPOD. You see the lettuce have really shot up, and the radishes somewhere in between them as well. Them are salading. I'll be taking a few of them out today. These are the peas. I did do another second sowing, as I mentioned in I think it might have been the earliest video, that poor germination on the first lot. There's one or two popping their heads up already in the new sowing, so hopefully that's going to give us a better crop. These are the onions ready to go out. You can see some are already bulbing up, so I want to get those in. So they've had a good soaking with that overnight rain. But it's still a bit cool this morning, first thing, so I might leave it for an hour or so and then get on the job. Well, I've done my stock check of the onions, what I've got, and I've created a little planting list there so I can get on with it. I'm doing them in rows of 12, and as usual I'll just be digging the hole, popping the onion in, I'll give it a sprinkle of mycorrhizal fungi as usual. Anything of interest, I'll bring you back. Well, good morning folks, welcome back. Another early start. Hopefully we can get the onions finished today. I'll just take you down and show you how far we actually got. This is the state of play at the moment. It might not look a lot, but there's actually 98 onions in there. 3 varieties so far. There's 3 rows of Walla Walla, 3 rows of Santero, and 2 rows of Ruby Red. Now I could have cracked on and probably got all the onions in actually, but the problem I have on here, I'm planting across here and looking up that way, that is directly south. So I come around about 10 o'clock, 10:30, I got the sun full on, and to me gardening is about enjoyment, not endurance. And so I decided to call it a day. Nice weather this morning, nice and fresh. So hopefully I'll have another 2 or 3 hours on here and progress even further. The onions to select from are over here. I'm not saying them all going to go out, but still got plenty of there to go at. Vento, tough ball, stuff like that, then me long red Florence. Anyway, I'm going to crack on. See you later. As if by magic, there we are, all done. I will admit it did get a little bit tedious towards the end, but the thing on my side is that it's been a little bit dull this morning. It's still warm, but we had a big black cloud over our heads for a couple of hours. In fact, we had about 10 seconds of rain, which allowed me to carry on. I was going to get scorched. So I just ploughed on and we finished, thankfully. The piece at the end here, that'll be just enough room there to get 2 or 3 rows of leeks in. But I think I'll run you through the first couple there. There's Walla Walla, Santero, Ruby Red. This morning I've actually put in 3 rows of long red Florence. And right on the end there's one called Mixed, and that's just the odd stragglers we've had left out of the trays rather than get to waste. Moving up to here, tough ball. You can see 2 variations there. There's 2 different sowings. I've got 1.5 rows of fairly decent size, then 3 rows of a lighter sowing. Next to them I've got, although I said I'd never grow them again, I've got 2 rows of Zabrun. That was from seed from Steve at Seaside's Allotment and Garden. He sent me them, they've germinated fine. And next to them, the last 2 rows are 2 rows of long red Florence, but them are multi-sown. So that's the onion bed, or beds, for this year. That's another one ticked off the list. I'm going to end this one on, unfortunately, a little bit of a sad note, and is that we've lost in what I refer to as a proper gardener, and that person is Matthew Biggs. Matt was a nice chap. I met him quite a lot of times at various events and garden shows. He always got time to have a chat and a laugh and that. And although you might not recognise the name, you see his face, you probably recognise him from that. And also he was a very long-standing member of the Gardener's Question Time team on radio. And sadly he lost his battle against cancer. Gradually over the few years he did have it, he got worse and worse. He ended up in a wheelchair. Fortunately for him, the Royal Horticultural Society gave him probably the biggest accolade, and that was the award of the Victoria Medal of Honour. And there's only, I think, 64 of these awarded at any one time. It's based on the length of Queen Victoria's reign. And he was awarded it, I'm not sure if it was at Chelsea or just before, but I did see it in the press. And sadly, not long ago, he passed. There is an episode on Gardener's Question Time which was recorded shortly before his passing, and I was actually planting these onions out on there and listening to it with the headphones. I must say it is quite an emotional recording because he does open up about it, and he can see how much it's affected. Right, that's about it for this one. See you in the next one, where we hopefully be getting some tomatoes. Until then, bye.